is on the screen right now. Hey, Samantha.
Hey, how are you?
Long time no see, huh?
I know. I feel like I just saw you.
So, how you doing today?
You know what? I'm doing great. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. I'm good to see you. It's good to see you. Let's see who's in here. Eric has just arrived. Welcome. I have 5 minutes before my class resumes, and welcome again, Paul. Still here. Gonna join the Lauderhill COC. That's awesome. Good, 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 good. So Samantha, let me set my clock for you now because we have a lot going on. A reset. We've only got 10 minutes. Now, first of all, before we get into car accident referral services, introduce yourself to everybody.
Sure. So my name is Samantha Ramnarine, born and raised in South America, Guyana. Shout out to my Guyanese. Mom of two, married for almost 16 years. Been in Florida for over 30 years. And I grew up in Lauderhill. I went to elementary school, middle
Ooh,
school, and high school. So
I did
yeah, I
not know
still
that.
Yeah, I still own a house in Lauderhill. My parents still live in Lauderhill. My
Okay.
parents owned a business, an assisted living facility, three of them in Lauderhill. Yeah, so my life is in Lauderhill.
All
So yeah,
right. No wonder you're so connected with Lauderdale. That's good to know. That is really nice to know, actually. But you have a business called Car Accident Referral Services. Amazing business. I've actually taken advantage of it myself. It's not the first time you're coming on my show. It wasn't called Lauderhill TV back then. But tell us a little bit about Car Accident Referral Services.
absolutely. First of all, I want to say shout out to the Lauderhill Chamber because I am a member and I am part of it. So please, whoever's listening, please join us at Lauderhill Chamber. Sharon is
Cool.
amazing and you get to
Yes.
meet really good company and, lots of cool people.
Cool.
So Car Accident Referral Services, we are an attorney and medical referral service. We're the only ones in the entire state of Florida when you get into a car accident, slip and fall, workers' comp, truck, bicycle, jitney, bus, cruise, plane, doesn't matter. Any crashes, any injuries, we're the only ones in the entire state of Florida, trademark and patent, that when you get into any of these injury cases, our attorneys will take 25% and not 33 and a third, not 40%, but 25%, putting more money into the client's pockets and not the attorney and not the doctor. And no offense to them, but an attorney should not be taking up to 40% from a client's settlement. That is a lot. A lot of people do not realize they just sign when the attorney or the paralegal or the private investigator comes and nobody's reading their contract. And I tell people, even if it's a car's contract, make sure you read it. Make sure you ask what percentage they're taking from you. If I had $1 for every single client that calls me every single week and say, hey, I'm not happy with the attorney that they chose on their own, can I come to cars? And we will take the case if it's 3 months or less. But if it's 3 months or more, it's really, really hard to do it because then the attorney wants to put a lien on it and they want to take 40%. So I don't think anybody should, do that. That's why I
Right.
tell people, listen to the radio, listen to people, especially like it was so nice. We went to an event today with Millissa, Jayne, and it was so nice today. I probably had 24 people come up to me and say, wow, I listened to you on the radio for the past 10 years. It is so nice to put a face to the person that I listen to all the time. And it was really nice because they're like, wow, you know exactly how you are on the radio, exactly how you talk in real life. Like you're just very blunt, you flow, and it's really, really nice. I am on the radio every single Friday on WAVS 1170 AM. Cars is all about community. We also give back. So we actually do a pay your bills contest. All you guys have to do is text your name, phone number, and address to 954-249-5858 and just say pay your bills. We
Uh-huh.
believe in paying forward to the community. And, even today when we went to an event in Lauderhill, I had 4 people that was actually winners. And they were like, the contest is true. It's not fixed. They're like, she paid our bills. And that's what it's about. It's about, giving back to the community. And a lot of people don't realize, like I sit on 6 boards, I'm in 9 chambers. I'm in 16 nonprofits, and it's all about just helping, and I tell a lot of my nonprofits, help the small businesses like myself, because if we make money, then we have more money to give back to
Yes.
the nonprofits, to the for-profits, it doesn't matter. To me,
Uh-huh.
I always tell people the one word that I always stick to is communication. I don't
Right.
know what your ask is unless you communicate with me. I don't know what you need
That's
unless you communicate with me. Like right now, we are teaming up with BSO. We are teaming up with Commissioner Hazel Rogers. Shout out to her. I love, love, love her. And we're already planning our turkey giveaways with BSO and with Commissioner Hazel Rogers. So that's why I tell people, if you don't ask me ahead of time, yes, it's
yes.
August
Yes.
and Thanksgiving is in November. But if we don't plan now, there's not enough turkeys to give away. Like we need to know numbers. We need to have people register. So I tell people, always ask, because you never know. We could help. We all have resources. You never know. But, I really want to concentrate on people, that get into accidents. Make sure you guys have the proper insurance, personal injury protection, uninsured motorists, bodily injury, and make sure you guys carry rent a car. So many people out there are driving without bodily injury, without uninsured motorists, and without rent a car. And here's the problem. If I hit you and I don't have insurance and you don't have insurance, you're going to take money and you're going to be taking your money out of your pocket to fix your car and to
Yeah.
rent your car.
Yeah.
Although in the state of Florida, personal injury protection, which is PIP, that is the only insurance that is required by law. But here's the problem. A lot of the insurance companies now, they don't want you to have bodily injury. They don't want you to have uninsured motorists. Reason for that is because they don't want to have to pay more money. They don't want to have to pay money to the person that hit you. They don't want to have to do a lawsuit. So a lot of people are like, oh, no, 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 I have uninsured motorists. I have this. And then when we go online, there's a paper that they signed saying that they rejected it because the insurance companies back in the days would literally tell you, you need to have this, you need to have bodily injury, you need to have uninsured motorists. Not anymore, because right now they realize that they're losing money. They're no longer making money. They're losing money because there's so much more people on the road. There's so much more people that's living in Florida, and it's very, very hard for them to pay out so much money.
I have a question for you, Samantha. Because you talked about something very, very important as far as insurance. What is the right type of insurance to have? Now, you're a car accident referral services, but it sounds as if you can actually give advice on what is the best or what is an appropriate insurance to take out. Is that something that you help out with or can refer as well?
Yeah, absolutely. We have lots of insurance agencies right now. So I will tell you the top two insurance right now to have is State Farm and Geico. Those are the top two insurance right now is State Farm and Geico.
I'm writing
Those are
this
ones.
down.
No, but those are ones that's paying your claims.
Okay.
I had another insurance. I'm not going to talk bad about another company, but I had another insurance and they would not pay a claim. They wouldn't pay a claim. And then they wanted my husband to be responsible for 50-50 when somebody hit him. They wanted to only take 50% responsibility. And I said, absolutely not, because he was not at fault. So that's why I always tell people State Farm and Geico right now, those are your top two. Allstate, I would say, would be your number three, and the General would be your number four. But that's how I would put it. That's how I would rate it right now. And it's
Okay.
very, very important. I'm telling you, if I had $1 for every person that thought that they had insurance, no, the person that's making a lot of money right now is the tow yard, because the problem is that people don't have thousands of dollars to fix their cars. So what they do is once you leave it in the tow yard for 30 days, the tow yard gets to keep it. And which is sad
Wow.
because then they sell it for parts. And right now, metal is very, very expensive. So what
Wow.
they'll do is they'll sell the tires, they'll sell the metal, and then they'll scrap the rest. But the tow yards right now is making a lot of money because especially if the car is not drivable and you don't have insurance to fix it. A lot of my clients, I don't know about you, but they don't have $20,000 to fix their car. So
Right.
what
Right.
do? They just leave the car there. So
Wow.
yeah.
It's crazy. Another question that since I've been talking to you. You've been talking about car accident referral services for the longest time on the radio, all over the place. What are the three key things that you always tell people if you have an accident? What is the procedure? What do you tell people?
As soon as you get into a car accident, slip and fall, workers' comp, make sure you call the police or make sure you tell your manager or make sure you tell somebody if you fell or slipped or tripped. Because if you don't have documentation, it is very, very hard. A lot of people will say, oh, well, it's a young kid or it's a pregnant mom or, it's a young dad. Absolutely not. If you're just exchanging information and then the next day you're calling this person and they're like, I have no clue who you are. That's what happens. People do not realize that. So I tell people, make sure you get it documented, not just getting the information. You taking a picture of their driver's license or their tag, anybody could do that. Anybody could say, oh, well, Millissa hit me. I took a picture of Melissa's tag. She's responsible. It doesn't work like that at all. So I always tell them, make sure you get a police report because it's very important. Do not call your insurance company right away. A lot of people are like, but I want to get a rent-a-car. No, because every time you call them, they are recording you. Insurance companies has hundreds of attorneys defending them. You should at least have one defending you. So I always tell people, and a lot of people do listen, a lot of people don't. Call me at the scene of the accident. I will tell you exactly what to do. So like this morning, 2 people, the first thing they wanted to do was go to the hospital. I'm like, are you bleeding? No. Do you have broken body parts? No. Do you have glass anywhere? Are you scratched up? They're like, no, I just feel back pain. I said, there's nothing that the hospital can do for you except give you painkillers. They're going to do an MRI, a CT. Before you know it, you're going to have a $20,000 bill.
Right. Bill.
And they don't realize that. They really don't. And then one thing I'll share with you, because I actually a client called today. They're like, why do I come to you instead of calling the attorney themselves? Why do I want to call somebody that's not an attorney? The reason why you want to call me is because you're going to get 25%. I have been doing this over 16 plus years. And I'm telling you right now, I'm not an attorney. I never pretend to be one, but I am better than that because you know why? We are putting more money into your pockets. We are passionate in what we do. We pick up the phone, unlike the attorneys that stops after 5 o'clock. And that is why you want to call us. You want people that's going to care. You want people that's going to answer, and you want people that's going to talk. A lot of my Caribbean people, they're like, Samantha, I'm tired of leaving messages. I'm tired of this. I want a live speaking person. It's like calling your credit card company. How many times do you get somebody overseas? Right?
True. All right, Samantha, even in the short space of time, you've given us a lot to think about. Just guys, go to the website. I just had it up a second ago, Car Accident Referral Services.com, or you can even go to fl-injury.com/Florida. This is the easiest one, Car Accident Referral Services, and Samantha will be there. You have a number as well that you always give out. What is that number that you usually give out?
Phone number is 954-249-5858, and we cover the entire state of Florida. It doesn't matter where you're located in Florida. We have attorneys and doctors willing and able to help you guys.
All right, Samantha, as always, thank you so much. It was great to see you today, and I will see you around town, and we'll just, at some point, we'll do the swap where I'm coming out to your show. Just remind us again, when is your show again?
Sure, absolutely. My show is every single Friday on WAVS 1170 AM from 1 to 3 p.m. And if you want to win, make sure you listen.
All right. Thank you, Samantha. I will see you very, very soon.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.